know why he has gonna hit to do that, and hope you people are really gonna be enjoying this video. And go into the comment section and really tell me what your thoughts are about the stories that you're obviously going to be running. Aaron Ramsey is one of those that you're going to be really tackling onto this channel. Then the other is all about a guy known as Ter Stegen. Ter Stegen is really pissed with what Barcelona is doing behind his back, looking like they are planning his exit, but they don't want to let him know. So he's really furious about it, and he's like, please, why do you do that for a person who has been your servant for some time, that you needed me and I've always wanted to be here? So that is all about Barcelona for you. That means we are going to be tackling a little bit of Barcelona, then Chelsea, Arsenal, then Aaron Ramsey, formerly at Arsenal. We obviously going to be delving deep into that. So as it stands, let's obviously get into the stories. But remember to subscribe, because we want to hit 26,000 subscribers right now, and you're left like 340, right, to see to it that we hit that milestone. So please do the needful. Go into the comment section, go into the lower right bottom corner, smash the black button that has the word subscribe. After smashing it, hit the notification bell. That will enable you get notified every time I upload a video onto this beautiful channel of ours. Now, all right, let's get deep into this story. Gittens' story has obviously caught me by a surprise. Arsenal, on the 1st of May, there was a story dropped that Arsenal is interested in this player, and Chelsea was also interested in this player. Then, obviously, they had to battle, and let's see who has gone ahead to win the battle of this player. And we've been told by Seb Caribbean Foot, he works for Mercato, that Jamie Gittens prefers Chelsea over Arsenal at this stage. Dortmund and the Blues are negotiating a £37 million deal for the winger, who scored 12 goals last season. Arsenal remain interested, but Stamford Bridge is currently his top choice. So Arsenal is interested in Gittens, but Gittens looks like he's really looking or moving towards the side of Chelsea. You understand? That's where he's really moving to. And Arsenal are not really giving up onto a deal of this caliber, because they know to it that it won't really come to an end until here we go is sounded that Gittens has really gone to the club known as Chelsea. So the London battle is on. And most of you will ask me, who is Gittens? Gittens is a 20-year-old England player, and he was born in Reading United. He was born in Reading, and that was United Kingdom, and he is 1.75 meters tall, 70 kilograms, and then he plays as a wide left forward. Now, when you hear about the word wide left forward, it really sends a message to you that Arsenal is hugely interested in such players, because we've gone ahead to really see to it that Arsenal is really good at looking for such players. Arsenal being linked to Muhammad Kudus, who can play that side, Rodrigo, who can play that side, then Leroy Sane, who can also play that side, Nico Williams, who can also play that side, and very many other players. It shows you that the interest is intent, and it's concrete that Arsenal are really chasing in for a player who plays onto the left attacking side of the midfield, because they feel like the delivery from that side is not enough, especially with Martinelli and Leandro Trossard. That is it. So Gittens is a very, very explosive winger. He's really fast, and I love his endurance when it comes to him executing in the final third. He's not a selfish player. His end product to the game is really great, and I know that he's obviously going to be one of those people that everyone is going to be looking at into the mix as we really get down to this transfer window. Chelsea are leading the race. And Gittens last season went ahead to play 32 games in the Bundesliga, scored 8 goals and 3 assists. That is Gittens for you. Then in the Champions League, 14 games played, 4 goals and 0 assists. That is the lad for you, meaning that he played 46 games, 12 goals and 3 assists. That is, those are 15 goal involvements, and Chelsea is like, we need to get in this guy. But remember, they got him from Man City, I think when he was 15 years of age, in 2019-2020. That's when they got Gittens from that side of Man City. Meaning that City might obviously look like to be one of the best academies in the world, because most of the players that you really look at are really having that City attachment to them, especially when it comes to giving City back when the sell-on clauses and so on and so forth. But City has gone ahead to really invest a lot into their academy. Cosmos says, good morning, RD. Good morning, Cosmos. Hope you are really doing great. So, Jamie Gittens has snubbed Arsenal. And what shows that he's going to snub Arsenal? Chelsea have taken a further step to obviously make a bid. And this story was written by Fabrizio Romano over the weekend. Yup. And it read, Chelsea have submitted initial bid in excess of 35 million euros for Jamie Baynard Gittens in the last hours. No agreement with BVB yet, but deal on. While Jamie agreed personal terms with Chelsea, as Fabrice Hawkins reports, Man City have a sell-on clause of 10% as part of the deal with DVB. Now, Man City went ahead to sell this player to the side of Borussia Dortmund, and they had a sell-on clause. That means if they sell him for like 40 million euros, obviously City will get like 4 million euros, and I think that will be something great for the side of Man City. And this is how they've gone ahead to do this. But when they put in this bid, it was rejected, and we fell into another story. More on Jamie Baynard Gittens. Chelsea are set to include add-ons on as part of the negotiations with Borussia Dortmund. After 35 million euros proposal rejected, Chelsea will return with an improved bid, and Gittens wants the move to Chelsea. And this confirms exactly what I told you, that this deal, this guy has gone ahead to snub Arsenal amid his Arsenal wanting to sign the player. Now, Fabrizio Romano took onto his account yesterday and said, understand Chelsea are set to improve their proposal for Jamie Gittens. New bid is coming very soon. Negotiations remain ongoing with Borussia Dortmund after first bid rejected. New one shortly. 7-year deal ready for the winger. So, Chelsea are planning to obviously give Gittens a 7-year contract, and the guy, he's all about what age? 20 years, meaning that 27 years they'll be having for him for the next 7 years. So Gittens has gone ahead and snubbed Arsenal, and guess what? He has shown that he doesn't want to be on the red side of London. He wants to be on the blue side of London. And I think Arsenal, for Arsenal's case, I really understand why they never went in hard for this kind of player. Do you know why? I think where Arsenal are right now, they need what we call a more proven player who is obviously going to be turning around things. The boy is 20, however much has gone ahead to play in 2 Champions League sessions, and I think, is it 3 Bundesligas, but that doesn't really earn him a place in Arsenal's plan. For example, if you look at Rodrigo, right, Nico Williams, Leroy Sen, the other one is Muhammad Kudus, who else? There are like 5 wide forwards that Arsenal is really looking at to bring in at their team. And these Yalidis, I think, Yalidis is another one. So when you look at all those, their reputations are really way above the bang average point. And that's where we come in through and say, I don't think that Arsenal needs a player like Gittens. All what Arsenal need is a Rodrigo. And by the way, amongst all players that Arsenal is interested in the wide forward, I would go in for Rodrigo because he's proven and he has the experience. He has gone ahead to work on his experience, though he's just 24 years of age. And we all know what he stands out for. You know, that is the player known as Rodrigo. And for me, if I would go in and had a chance to obviously make a choice, I would go in for a player known as Rodrigo. That is it. But Gittens is going to Chelsea. And we all know to eat that for Chelsea. Mukalo Modric left. No, he never left, but he was really banned. And I think they're really looking in for replacements for him, with Jadon Sancho failing to agree a deal with them, as Chelsea wanted to keep Jadon Sancho, but Jadon Sancho couldn't take a pay cut of his money. And they told him, all right, if you're not taking a pay cut, we are not obviously going to keep you here. So they decided to obviously go in for a player who is young, very, very explosive, playing at Borussia Dortmund where Jadon Sancho was, and is English. So that is Gittens for you. And that's how they've gone ahead to really do their homework, and they really have a player in Gittens. So that left attacking side of the midfield of Chelsea has been lacking a little bit. And maybe Sancho would have gone ahead, obviously, add more to what he offered them last season. But the salary of £300 plus a week just never resonated well with Chelsea. And they're like, please, leave, go back to Manchester United, and they went ahead to pay a £5 million penalty for not really respecting the agreement, or for not really signing Sancho on a permanent deal. So that's exactly what you're having in here for that, and I think I've gone ahead to obviously break that down. In the comment section, I'm really having Ivan, good morning my brother, tell me Arsenal transfer news. I love you, bro. But I'm also giving you Arsenal transfer news. Not so. Gittens has snubbed Arsenal for Chelsea. That is it. This is an Arsenal transfer story, isn't it? In Zico Cosmas, how is the deal of Martin Zubimendi and Siesko? For me, I think the deal is done. A great Arsenal fan from Barara. Now, I think I did a story yesterday. One thing that has always gone ahead, obviously, be done by Real Madrid, they really try to show other clubs that all players want to come to our side. And their sources keep on putting out stories that the player wants to go to Real Madrid, he has really turned down Arsenal. But I think, as it stands, Arsenal really is leading the rest. They agreed personal terms with Martin Zubimendi way back, and they have gone ahead to really put in a very huge shift. And when you look at Fabrizio Romano, he comes out and obviously tells us something different. And Marca, because they are Madrid fed and they hinge towards Madrid, they come up with stories indicating that the player is gonna go to Real Madrid. But I think the player is obviously gonna be going to a side known as Arsenal. That is it. For Benjamin Sesko, I've told you talks are really gonna accelerate this week, and here we go, might be hard this week. I think Arsenal never wanted to operate in this mini transfer window from 1st to the 10th of June, and they're like, we aren't going that side. All we have to do is simple. We have to really take our time and really sign players when the transfer window reopens, I think between 14th June and I think the 14th of August. I think that's what Arsenal is looking at, and you're going to see such stories coming in through. Joseph. Cosmas is the Maracha boy. Thank you for watching in through. Joseph Olinga, big up my brother. Thank you for watching in through. Then Kasanje Ben, live and clear. All right, thank you for watching through. Then Mubarak Nabongo, Mr. RD, big up sir. Bukoman Simbi, we love your shows. All right, thank you. Then Cosmos, which number 9 do you think that Arsenal should get missing you video is like missing food? I wish to join you one day. I'm here in Kampala. All right, no worries, we'll catch up. So talking about the number 9, I think Benjamin Šeško is the ideal number 9 that Arsenal should take. And that is it. If you've seen him play, he's a complete footballer, you know, good on the floor, good in the air or in the ceiling, good first touch, technically gifted, can take off players, energetic, he scores goals, and he is really an energetic player. He can press, he can do a lot. At the age of 2021, I think Arsenal would have gone ahead to get themselves one of the deadliest weapons that the world will yet have to look at in the coming years. And so, right, we missed out onto a striker. But I think he's the ideal number 9 that I think Arsenal should go in for. Now, Daniel says, Daniel Komboni, Rokani, deal for Kepa. The deal is on. The deal is on. The deal is really on, and Arsenal is ready to trigger the £5 million clause that Chelsea put in his contract. Arsenal is ready to trigger that. You understand? Then let's go to Barcelona. Ter Stegen, he's really fuming, and I was caught. This story caught my eye, and I was like, I have to do something about it. Ter Stegen furious about the personal leaks against him and is willing to go to war. He doesn't want any negotiations to take place, even if Barcelona are ready to terminate his contract and pay him a year of his salary. He will be there for the preseason and has 3 years left on his deal. So Barcelona is doing all what it takes to frustrate maybe Ter Stegen. If you've been following up on Ter Stegen, you all know that he's a man who has gone ahead to really put in a very, 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 very huge shift in as far as what he has on the table is really concerned. Last season, he went ahead to obviously find himself injured, and that saw a goalkeeper known as Wesley Szczesny coming through at the club of Barcelona, and he saved the situation. Now, they've gone ahead to bring in Garcia. If you know Garcia, he was linked to Arsenal and very many other teams, but Barcelona have gone ahead obviously bring in Garcia. And if they bring in Garcia, that means there is if they've gone ahead to bring on Garcia, that means they are 100% looking to really give Garcia the number 1 slot. And I don't think that Garcia went ahead to make a decision to join the club of Barcelona when he's going to be a second choice goalkeeper. Yet where he was a first choice goalkeeper, meaning that he wants to be into that first choice role. And I think that Ter Stegen is afraid of that. And for Ter Stegen, knowing that he is the first choice German goalkeeper after Manuel Neuer really retired from the football of the national team, I think he feels offended that they are trying to throw him under the bus. And if he wants to be part of the Germany team and to be in the stages for Germany in the World Cup, he needs to get his position. He needs to fight for this position, for his position at Barcelona. So I tell you that we are obviously gonna be doing the needful. You understand? And that is it. Having Mubarak says, RD your number. I've gone ahead, obviously drop it. It's there, 0703 244 292. That's my number. And I don't know why you need it, but I've gone ahead to give it to you into the comment section. So Ter Stegen is really having problems in there, and he might obviously be shown the exit door. That is it. So that's what is happening at Barcelona, and they are trying to show him the exit door, I don't know how it will feel, but he's like, I'm going nowhere. I'll fight for my position. But Garcia coming through means a lot to this guy, right? So that's all about Barcelona, and they are trying to reinforce their squad and really put in the best of performances that most of you will obviously like into the mix. Then let's go to, I'm having John Martin Elisha. Good morning, bro. I like your shows. Keep it up. Thanks. All right, thank you. And every day I plan us to be having 2 live streams because I feel like I don't listen well from you and I really do recording. So every day we'll obviously have to do some live streams and we obviously talk to one another. You understand? That is all about a club known as Arsenal, Chelsea, and so on and so forth. Now we are at Barcelona, and that is it. Mubarak, why do you need my number? 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 I'm going to have to put it down there. 0703244292. That's my number. All right. Now, let's get straight into the last story, as we call it quits in here. Aaron Ramsey, the guy is still wanting to play football. At his age, he still wants to play football. And I don't know what he's still looking in for. And by the way, he's not going to Saudi Arabia. He's not going to the USA. That means he still feels like he has to be here for some time. And guess what? Aaron Ramsey is going to Mexico. You understand? Mexico is where he's going to be playing his next. I think it's Mexico where he's going to be playing his next football from. Now, Jacobs Bend. Aaron Ramsey set to sign for Mexican side club. It's called Universidad Nacional. The 34-year-old shares the same agent as Pumas manager Efrain Juarez. So, he's going to sign a contract to play in Mexico. And remember, even Ronaldinho went ahead to play in Mexico. You understand? So, as it stands, it is really, really very tough for this man. But he still keep going. He was at Arsenal. I'm talking about Aaron Ramsdale. Sorry. Ramsey. He came in at Arsenal in 2014 and left in 2019 on a free. You understand? Then he went to Juventus. He was there from 2019 to 2022. 2022, he went to play for Rangers, right? And after one season, he went ahead and replayed for Nice 2022-2023 season. After that, he went ahead to play for Cardiff for 2 seasons, 2023, 2024, 2024, 2025. And here he comes going to Mexico. That is Aaron Ramsey for you. Arsenal fans are really well conversant of him at what he did at the club of Arsenal. But that's the guy known as Aaron Ramsey. Kamagara Michael, thank you for the show. I heard of that William Saliba as something much that is delaying contract. I think that's really easy. It's an easy catch. He's obviously going to be renewing his contract with Arsenal. I tell you, he's going to extend it. Has 2 years on his contract. I tell you, he's going to be putting his contract right. You understand? So, that's exactly what you're really having in here onto the Rokani Media Football. William Saliba, Trossard, Bukayo Saka, all of those are really going to be extending their contracts at Arsenal. That is it. You can't lose out a player like William Saliba and you don't really give him the amount of money that he wants. Even if he calls in for £350,000 a week, I think for him you give it to him because he's the best player at Arsenal. Most people say Saka, but I think Saliba, he's the best player at Arsenal. And if at all you pay him that amount of money, I don't think that there is any Arsenal fan who will be like, oh, Saliba's been given that amount of money, or a player, and will be asking in for more. He will be the ceiling of what they want. And Arsenal is really under pressure because teams like Real Madrid have gone ahead to come up and promised huge monies to this guy. So that means they're really working under pressure. So we don't expect Saliba to leave. Saliba will stay at the club of Arsenal and he will sign his contract, I tell you, and he will be there in person to see to it that all goes on well as planned. So guys, I'm having Daniel Okuja. Rokani wears Jack Grealish. Jack Grealish is really gonna be Jack Wilshere. Jack Wilshere, the last story I read, they want to make him the coach of Plymouth. That's what I last heard. And I think he is gonna really join. You know? He will join. You know? He will join, and Plymouth Argyle, he's a front runner to be named the manager for that League One club side. And you anticipate that he'll obviously do the needful and really put in the required shift possible. So that's all about Jack Wilshere. That's where he is, and I think he was at Norwich, right? And I think they parted ways, and now he's gonna be going for Plymouth Argyle as the manager. Very soon he might be announced. Cosma says, if you to be the coach of Arsenal, how will you line up versus Man City if you get Sheshko? Obviously, I go with the 4-3-3 system. David Raya in goal. Julian Timber, right back. I go Lewis Kelly, left back. I go Gabriel Magalhaes, all Kivio, left-sided centre-back. Saliba, right-sided centre-back. Then, Zubimendi, CDM. Midfield 3 alongside Declan Rice and Martin Odegaard. Then, Saka, right forward. Trossard, left forward. And I start Benjamin Sheshko ahead of any person there who is willing to do the needful. So that's how I would line up. That is it. That's how I would line up as a person who really loves the game and really know. Because most of you really want to get in Victor Gyökeres, but I know by the time Sesko comes in throughout Arsenal and does what he's supposed to do, you'll obviously come in and say, Rokani, you are right. Benjamin Sesko was the right button for us to press to bring him through at the club of Arsenal. So let's wait and see how that pans out. But your thoughts on Gittens snubbing Arsenal for Chelsea are welcome in the comment section below. What do you think about it? Then Ter Stegen, furious, you know. And lastly, Aaron Ramsey, who is really going to be going ahead to play in Mexico. For everyone who has been part of the live, Cosmas, Ivan, Olinga, Kasande Ben, Mubarak Nabhango, thank you for watching through. Cosmas, then Komboni, John Martin, Michael, Kamagara, Daniel, thank you for obviously being part of this live, and I think you've gone ahead to enjoy yourselves to the fullest. And what haven't we gone ahead obviously come in and we talk about? All the 3 stories have been well digested. 30 minutes live stream it has been, and I think next time we'll obviously try to extend it to go to 1 hour. So turn your notification bells on, because big stories are really happening. Early morning I came up with a story of a player known as Muhammad Kudus to Arsenal. You know, talks are really on, and Arsenal is really pushing to obviously get him in, after Brandon Mbeumo said no to them and was like, I'm going to a club known as Manchester United. So I think let's call it quits for now. See you later, my mates. I love you, and continue to subscribe because we want to hit 26,000. We are left with 300 subscribers to hit 26,000. So please continue to subscribe, right? Or let's first hit 25,700, right? And for that, I know we are left with few of those to obviously take us to where I want to be. Bye bye. See you in the next video.